one of Tourista's travel industry experts, Amanda Riley, was discussing the idea of sending an undercover traveler to inspect the Saigon Silver Star, a little tourism company in Vietnam. Mona then added that Amanda might not be available to pose as the undercover traveler. Mona had already scheduled a manicure since she thought her boyfriend John would pop the question to Amanda tonight. But it never happened. John suggests a break in their relationship instead. Amanda became upset. After a 5-year relationship, she thought she didn't deserve this. Mona advises that she travel to Vietnam as an undercover traveler to move past John completely and make a fresh start. Sin, a tour guide for Saigon Silver Star, picks her up at the Vietnamese airport. They connected right away. Amanda felt at ease with him. The driver and owner's daughter of the Saigon Silver Star, Anne, Sin's cousin, were waiting for them outside. She meets the other tourists on package tours in the evening. They were talking about their jobs as well as the reasons they decided to take a trip to Vietnam. Amanda suggests that, as a type of game, they keep their occupations a secret in order to keep her motivation for the trip a secret. Then Sin informed everyone that they had arrived in Vietnam just in time for the Tet Festival. The Vietnamese New Year is celebrated during Tet. It's time to let go of the past and make room for fresh opportunities, which was the initial thought Amanda had when considering traveling to Vietnam. Mona has provided Amanda with a ton of information and suggested itineraries, which Sin has consistently rejected. A traveler wants to experience life, he said, as opposed to a tourist who wants to escape it. Amanda heard Sin when he said to appreciate the experience. She grinned and tucked her schedule away. By attempting to haggle, sampling unfamiliar foods like the durian, and learning to cross a busy street without a crosswalk, Amanda learns to step outside of her comfort zone. Amanda always believed that she would never be able to accomplish all of that. Sin urged Amanda to have confidence in herself and not minimize her abilities. Amanda had a realization as a result of this. She must cease placing boundaries on herself. They visited the temple, but it was shut. Sin works some connections so that their group can observe the lion dance's preparations for the Tet Vietnamese Lunar New Year festival. Everyone was happy. Amanda was enthralled by Sin's skill as a tour guide. Hearing that made Sin pleased. The group visits a seamstress to have clothing created for them because it is traditional to dress in something brand new and colorful on Tet in order to attract luck and wealth. Sin makes amends to Amanda by escorting her to a narrow street lined with colorful paper lanterns after failing to take her to the destinations on her list. To Amanda, he becomes more vulnerable. The following day, Sin took the group to the shore. Amanda was taking a selfie to post to social media when she noticed Sin coming out of the water in only his underwear. As she watched, she swiftly stood up on her toes. Then they went together to try out a circular boat. They both ended up falling in because they had no prior paddling expertise. Amanda checks her phone for notifications while they dry themselves off. John just made a comment on her just uploaded selfie. Amanda was perplexed. Soon after, Anne brings the terrible news that it will take hours to obtain tickets for the Golden Hand Bridge, prompting Sin to improvise once more. They visit the Hindu ruins of the My Sun Sanctuary, which date back over 1,000 years. Amanda genuinely enjoys the location. She experienced a sense of time travel. Sin leads them to his grandmother's village off the usual road as Amanda begins to feel inspired. Since everyone in the town is a relative of Sin's, he has previously made accommodations for the gathering. Sin's grandmother invites Amanda to stay with her after noticing a connection between the two of them. Through cleaning, decorating, and food preparation, the group participates in Tet preparations, and everyone pitches in to prepare the meal. For the group, as well as Amanda, it was an entirely new experience. Sin's grandmother intimidated her. After finishing the preparations at home, Sin takes Amanda on a motorcycle tour around the village so they may purchase everything on Grandma's grocery list. Sin confides in Amanda about the idea of Anne's father and his uncle retiring. He has been with Amanda these few days, which has caused him to consider taking over the company. Amanda hesitated briefly as she was startled. Saigon Silver Star was set to be purchased by her company. How can she explain this to Sin? Sin halted her as she was about to ask him about the likelihood that his uncle would want to sell the company. That evening, Sin's grandmother asks Anne to translate so she can question Amanda about her plans for Sin. She saw Amanda making Sin smile, and she enjoys seeing Sin happy. Being courteous, Amanda stated that she only wished to become friends. The grandmother dismisses her and says she doesn't believe her. Anne stays, informing Amanda that her father is selling the company, but Sin is unaware. She also informs her that the person who knocks on your door first on Tet has a significant impact on the upcoming year. The first person she saw the following morning was Sin. Old and new friendships are strengthened as a result of their custom-made attire. Everyone was occupied while skillfully arranging the food in the living room. In her traditional attire and looking stunning, Amanda entered the main area while Sin was conversing with his grandmother. Sin fell in love. Then they all joyfully eat together and dance to ring in the new year. Even Grandma is included. Sin requested Amanda to dance with him while everyone else was already doing so. They stroll through the neighborhood in the evening while conversing. Amanda is ready to inform Sin about her reason for the trip when they kiss. They bid Sin's family farewell the following morning before returning to Hanoi. Grandma invited Amanda to see her again in the future. Amanda was astonished to find John waiting for her when she arrived at Hanoi. Sin and Amanda both have dejected expressions as they announce that John has come to win Amanda back. When the two of them are by themselves, John claims to have done a lot of thinking and is prepared to move their relationship further. Amanda phones Mona to inform her of her accidental love triangle involving the cozy John and the thrilling and adventurous Sin. Although Amanda likes Sin, she worries that their relationship might only be a short-term affair. Sin admitted to Amanda that their kiss had special importance for both of them. Sin sulkily sits on one side of Amanda while John sits on the other at the water puppet show that night. Anne learns that Tourista has acquired the tour firm as the party is outside enjoying street food and chattering merrily about the show. In response, John congratulates Amanda. Sin was perplexed as to how Amanda could be aware. Amanda eventually has to come clean. Sin becomes angry and begins to storm away. Amanda follows him, but he thinks she was just lying. The following day, John informs Amanda that they can start looking for a home when he returns to La at the end of the year. She realizes he's just trying to win her over and isn't genuinely driven to marry her. Then they say goodbye to each other and break up for good. Amanda now knew she wanted to be with Sin. Sin was inconsolable. He asked Anne to drive everyone to the airport tonight after telling her that he needed to go somewhere. When Amanda learned of this, she begged Anne to take her to Sin. They rode a motorcycle to the bus stop. And when they got there, Amanda had to cross a busy street. She walked straight like Sin taught her to. She arrived, and she is now standing in front of Sin. When she expressed her feelings to Sin, he reacted. As they exchange smiles and look into each other's eyes, they are both aware of what they both desired. They then shared a kiss.